Hi, I'm Bob Williamson. We're here at Honey Lake Church and Worldwide Ministry. I've got my great friend, TK Wetherell, a Florida legend. TK, you've always been a very private person. You were very reluctant to share that you've got cancer and that you've had it for 10 years. And you're also very private about your faith. And there's so many people that would be inspired to hear some of your story. So TK, you're going to be speaking here at Honey Lake Church and Worldwide Ministry on April the 14th. And we really look forward to it.
You know, it was really a shock to me to be diagnosed with cancer. I don't smoke, I never have, didn't drink. I ate a few chocolate chip cookies and some cake and stuff like that, but I led a fairly healthy life, I thought. And so it was a real shock to me. It kind of brings you full faith and begin to think about some of the things you hadn't thought about, your own mortality, etc. And so I've always believed everybody has to make a deal with God sooner or later. And there's no yeses it's a yes or no, it's no maybes about it. It's a simple answer. What I'd like to spend a little time is talk about that faith. I'm not one who usually does a church service. I'm no preacher, I'm going to say I'm a teacher, and I hope we can have a little lesson about making a deal with God. I hope it's something that's inspirational, and I hope people will have an opportunity then to maybe realize that sometimes you might ask God for one thing and He gives you another thing. I was looking for a cure for cancer, and what I think I've been given is an opportunity now to share with people the options for those of you who may have cancer or may be facing a difficult time. And I really think I've really become a tool for God more than a solution for cancer. And like you said, I was not really supposed to live this long. And so He's given me every day a new day to do something. And so I try and do something good with each one of those days. And on April the 14th, I hope one of those days is going to be maybe a little bit of a testimonial here.
Well, I'm sure it will be. Everybody has to recognize at some point that they're mortal, but God created us to live forever, and we're either going to spend that time in heaven or hell, and we have to make that decision like you talked about just then. I didn't notice where you got angry or depressed or were really fearful. You seem to have a great peace, and I assume that comes from God?
Well, it does. I think I came to that. I probably didn't think about it as much before the diagnosis as after the diagnosis. And I will admit, I got a little bit mad about it. I said, I haven't done some things that some people may have done. I didn't understand quite why God was treating me this way. But the first time I wound up at Mayo Hospital, I walked in the door, and there was probably a 10 or 12-year-old kid there, couldn't get out of a wheelchair, no hair. And I kind of realized, I didn't have it all that bad. God gave me 60-something pretty good years, so I ought to quit feeling sorry for myself, get off my duff, so to speak, and beat this thing. And that's kind of what I did, and part of the message that I want to bring, one of my favorite saying is, nothing bad's going to happen here today that you, me, and God can't solve.
Well, yeah, and your testimony belongs to God and not to you, and I'm glad that you're sharing it. It means a lot to me and other people, I'm sure. It's very inspiring because, the hard lessons are the best lessons in life, and, you can sit around feeling sorry for yourself, or you can focus on God instead of yourself. And it sounds to me like you're focusing on God, and by that I mean when you focus on trying to help other people, that's what God's all about. But we thank you for what you're doing. We really look forward to it. And I invite everybody to come out and hear this guy who has accomplished so much in Florida. He's become a household name of anybody who's lived here for very long. And it'll bless your heart.